Hello, everybody. We are here to listen to the highest charting songs of the four seasons from 1960 to 1964. I have listened to one of their LPs in the past, and I came away thinking that it was pretty solid, but I think I did not give them quite as much attention or respect as they deserve, and so we're here to get a better sense, a more objective sense of some of their biggest hits, and boy, have they got some hits on the pop and the R&B charts. And in particular, something that I think deserves great shout-outs about them is that they're Italian. No, it's that they're from New Jersey. No, it's that they write a lot of their songs. The Four Seasons are songwriters, and they're, Bob, I don't know if it's Guadio, and Bob Crew. Bob Crew, I believe, is the producer of the group, but Bob, the other Bob, is writing for the group and singing in the group, and I think that that's fantastic. And there's also the Jersey Boys, the film, right? Those 20. Well, first it was on Broadway or something, right? And then they did the movie, or maybe it's the other way around. I remember my grandparents going to see that and having a good time. All right, we're gonna get started here. We've got our 10 songs here. 9 out of 10 of them are brand new songs, and 8 out of them are written by Bob Gaudio and Bob Crew. So here we go. Let's all have a good time here. That was kind of a wild opener. Would I be wrong in drawing comparisons to like a Phil Spector sound? You think that would that be off the mark? Because that's kind of what I immediately was thinking with, like, it feels there's a bit of bombast here with the instrumentation. Those drums were going crazy. The bells, the big chimes on there, those big and dramatic and epic, you know? Really driving beat. I really like that a lot. That was cool. Everyone's saying this is a Gene Pitney sound, but I don't know who that is. So my immediate thinking here is of like a Ronettes, like a Phil Spector, big, huge, in your face sound. Very dense arrangement. Yeah. Charles Calello of the band did many of their superb arrangements. Well, that was our first song. Starting very impressively again. We're starting here at number 20, and we're only climbing up higher from here. You know this song, but from some other group? Interesting you should say that. Yes. This is the only song on this list that is not an original song, right? And the song that they chose to do was a 1960 #1 hit for Maurice Williams of the Zodiacs. So kind of interesting that they took another song that was a #1 hit, you know? VJ Records issued the first North American Beatles album in 1963, then put out a Beatles versus the Four Seasons LP. Yeah, I saw something about that on Wikipedia. Pretty interesting, pretty good sales gimmick, you know? I think it was something like they didn't have the rights to additional, like, going forward material, so they just had a couple of songs sitting around, and they were like, what do we do with them? And, yeah, make a little bit of money that way. Little Freddy versus Jason. I don't know. So this was originally a Maurice Williams song. So the song was written by Williams in 1953 when he was 15 years old. He had been trying to convince his date not to go home at 10 o'clock as she was supposed to. He lost the argument. However, as Williams was to relate years later, like a flood, the words just came to me. Okay, I can relate to that. That is generally how, you know, if you're like a creative person or something like that, you know that you're always chasing the creative high of when inspiration strikes and, you know, the words are coming to you so fast that you can't move your hands fast enough to write them down or record the riff or do whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? So I can respect that. We're moving on to our next song. We're already cracking the number 10 spot, so moving on to number 10. This instrumentation. Yeah. All right. That might have been maybe my favorite so far. I thought that one was nice. Nice catchy refrain there. Save it for me, just over and over. Get stuck in your head there. Again, the main thing that I keep coming back to is the really impressive instrumentation. It's just like so dense, and there's so much going on all at once, and the drums in particular going crazy. Like, super solid so far. The only thing, like, in prep for this was that this song, their song Peanuts, was stuck in my head. And I don't like Peanuts. I don't like that song very much. I find that one a little bit too much with their, like, staccato vocalizations on the hook there. That one gets stuck in my head and I want it out. But so far these have been solid. I've enjoyed all of these so far. Our next one, and now we're making moves here. All right. So we're moving from number 10 to number 6. And again, written by Bob Gaudio and Bob Crew.
I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because you are my first love. So very warm and tender, the way you love me. Hey girl, can you remember and want more of me? Ronnie, 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 why did you go? Ronnie, 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 I am regretting but can't stop forgetting because you were my first love. You said now you don't need me because I cheated. Why didn't you believe me when I repeated Ronnie, 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 you'll never know. Ronnie, 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 I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because you were my first love. I walk alone, I cry at home, night after night, day after day.
What is happening?
I never cheated. I still repeated Ronnie, 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 I'll never know. Ronnie, 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 I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because you were my first love. I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because you were my first love. I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because you were my first love. I'll go on living and keep on
Man, they're energetic. They got a lot of energy going on there. I think ABBA cribbed that piano lick for Dancing Queen. I also heard a Dancing Queen in there at some point. I thought the same thing. I don't know. Like I said, they have so much bombast to them. They're so crazy. I don't always love it, I'll say. That was okay, though. I find myself very interested in the songwriter-producer relationship here between Bob Crewe and Bob Gaudio. I think that there's probably some interesting stories to unearth there when the time comes. Moving on to the next one. This is the only other song not written by the group. So we'll see if that shows in the music or the lyrics.
I've been a searching on this big wide world. Now finally I found my candy girl. Candy girl.
Oh, it's that thing.
Found me a girl. Candy girl. She sets my heart a whirl. Candy girl. With hugging and kissing and loving. She's mine. Mine. Whoa. Candy girl. We get along so well. Candy girl. I know just why I fell. Candy girl. She's thrilling, oh, chilling. Yes, she's so divine. She's mine. Mine. Whoa. Candy girl. When we're out together, everyone knows the way we feel. We both seem to glow with a glow of love, and it's plain to see our love is real. Happy as can be. Candy girl. She vows eternally. Candy girl. To hold me and love me until the end of time. She's mine. Mine.
All right.
Whoa. Candy girl. Candy
Interesting. That one was again impressive and complex and layered. They really don't let anything like sit for a second, you know? They're always dynamic and moving and switching stuff. They're always doing something wild with their vocals, or a drum fill is happening, or we've got the ratchet zipper Gorda instrument thing. I forget what it's called. They're moving. They're always moving. They're not always hitting for me. I can't lie. But I it's like they're not just the easiest rhythms. They're like pretty funky and out there, and you kind of have to like get on their level. And so I think I just gotta get on their level. All right, moving on.
Pretty as a midsummer's morn, they called her Dawn. Dawn, go away, I'm no good for you. Oh, Dawn, stay with him, he'll be good to you. Hang on, hang on to him. Think, what a big man he'll be. Think of the faces you'll see. Now think what the future would be with a poor boy like me. more before you say that you want me. I want you to think what your family would say. Think what you're throwing away. Now think what the future would be with a poor boy like me.
All right. All right, that one won me over. That one was that was controlled chaos. There was a method to that madness. I was into that. I could follow it through. Nice individual segments that all worked pretty well for me. The drums are the big standout. Whoever is our drummer on a lot of these tracks has been holding it down. I've loved the grooves that they've been establishing here. Verses, chorus, and middle eight are all melodically memorable. I don't think pop music gets much better than this. It's a good take. Yeah, like I said, each individual section on here just kind of worked for me. The drum changes during the fade are brilliant. Yeah, really good, really good. Dawn sounds like Ronnie. Yeah, they have there's a wheelhouse I feel like that they're operating in. The next one I do know and I do think of as one of my favorites. So let's get right into it with our first of 3 number ones on the pop chart and the R&B chart. Just doing that once is a hell of an accomplishment. Just getting a number 1 on either chart is a hell of an accomplishment that almost nobody in the world ever gets, right? Very, very few people ever get a number 1. And then they got a number 1 on both charts, and then they did it 3 times. That's insane. That's an insane thing to do. So here we go with the first of 3. I always like this one. It's already got the stars. This one is just so fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was excited to re-listen to this one, you know? When I was putting this list together, I was like, oh yes, God, this is gonna be on here. That is, I honestly think this is, being relatively inexperienced with the Four Seasons, having only listened to the album that this is from here, and then these collection of songs. I think this is my favorite Four Seasons song thus far. I don't know if that's controversial. I just think they don't go too crazy with it, you know? It's just like gentle melodically. It's got this like tropical instrumentation vibe feel to it that I don't really feel like they do elsewhere that I can really think of. So I don't know. What the season started doing here was when Frankie is giving it socks. What the season started doing here was when Frankie is giving it socks, they simplify the music, and adding stops to give it extra is great. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. That's just, maybe I'm reading that wrong. I'm assuming there's some typo there. I don't know. How can you not sing along with this? Yes, I agree. Their first big hit. After this, there was no way to escape Frankie's falsetto, because they did it so perfectly on here. I feel like it's not done quite as catchily on some of these other songs we've heard as on this one. But we've got a couple more to go, so we'll see what happens. Our next song, again, made it to #1 on the pop charts and the R&B charts in the very same year. Okay? Pretty big deal. So here we go. That's catchy too, though. That's. Who said they don't cry? My girl said goodbye. My oh my. My girl didn't cry. I wonder why. Silly boy. Told my girl we had to break up. Silly boy. But that she what's the bluff? They don't cry. Big girl, don't cry. Who said they don't cry? Ooh. Baby, I was through. Baby, silly girl. Shame on you, your mama said. Shame on you, you cried in bed. Shame on you, you told a lie. Big girls do cry. Big girls, they don't cry. Big girls don't cry. That's just an alibi. All right, I will admit that one is also pretty good. That's another highlight also. Sorry, Zakk, giving it socks is the same as really doing your best. A saying all the way from Ireland. Well, look at that, everybody. We all learned something today. Good to know. Giving it socks. So what was your original comment then? What the Four Seasons started doing here was when Frankie is giving it socks, is giving it his all, they simplify the music, and adding stops to give it extra is great. Yes. Yes, I would agree with that. Now. According to Gaudio, he was dozing off while watching the John Payne, Rhonda Fleming, Ronald Reagan movie Tennessee's Partner when he heard Payne's character slap Fleming in the face. After the slap, Fleming's character replied, "Big girls don't cry." Gaudio wrote the line on a scrap of paper, fell asleep, and wrote the song the next morning. Okay, that's the story of how the song was written. However, the line does not appear in that film. And according to Bob Crew, he was dozing off in his Manhattan home with the television on when he awoke to see Payne manhandling Fleming in Slightly Scarlet, a 1956 film noir based on a James M. Cain story, and the line is heard in that film. So, haha. Buddy Holly wrote That'll Be the Day based on a John Wayne quote from the movie The Searchers. The Searchers? Why, let me just go ahead and grab it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm wasting enough time as it is.
That'll be the day.
Next song, our final one that was a number one on the pop charts and on the R&B charts. Again, I cannot stress how big of a flex that is, that happened, and that they did it 3 times. And let's hope that this one is just as good as the last 2. This is getting stuck in my head, this vocalization. Fear not, David. Ragdoll is in the list. All right. That was, I would say that was among our caliber here of the last 2. I think that one is my least favorite of those 3, but still very good. The only thing I didn't really love about this one was the clap, as our, like, snare, you know? I don't know. It just didn't sound clean to me. I don't really have a very good explanation for it exactly, but I think I would have just preferred like a snare instead of that clap, just personally. But the melody and the internal rhyme on the verses I did think was cute, and then yeah, the hook, wooing was great. I thought that was solid enough. So of those 3, I will say that Sherry was still probably my favorite, but Walk Like a Man, solid as well. During the sessions that produced the recording, the fire department received an emergency call from the Abbey Victoria Hotel, the building that housed the Stay Phillips recording studios. As producer Bob Crew was insisting upon recording the perfect take, smoke and water started to seep into the studio. The room directly above the studio was on fire, but Crew had blocked the studio door. He continued recording until firemen used their axes on the door and pulled Crew out. Oh my God. What an insane man. What a crazy person. Arguably worth it, maybe, because smash success, number 1 on the pop chart, number 1 on the R&B chart, huge song. But God, what are you doing? What are you doing? The room is on fire. There's water and smoke leaking in, seeping into the room. Surely that would be getting on the mic. You know, you would hear the stuff, the smoke on the water. Good one. A 1985 cover by Divine? By The Divine? Oh my God, it really is Divine. Wow, Okay. Huh. Okay. Anybody here a John Waters fan?
Could you give us some of your political beliefs?
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism. Eat shit. Filth are my politics. Filth is my life. Take whatever you like.
Let's continue on. Let's finish up our list here. We've got our final song to do. This made it to number 1 on the pop charts and not number 1 on the R&B charts, but I have to assume that is only because in 1964 the R&B charts were shut down because Motown. I think the story is that Motown was just so dominant on the charts that the R&B charts and the pop charts were viewed as like too overlapping or too similar, not distinct enough. So they stopped doing it for like a year, and then everybody said, that's stupid, bring back the R&B chart. So Ragdoll came out in that small window of time and probably would have been on the R&B chart. If not number 1, probably pretty honorably on there. And here we go. These 4 seasons here. Okay, so Ragdoll in particular there was pretty nice. I really liked that kind of like breakdown there for a second. It was like 8 bars or so where it just kind of like dropped out for a second and just it was almost kind of serene and pretty there for a second. And then they come in with all their complex like multi-rhythms and like all these internal rhythms and stuff like that. They have a proficiency and a complexity to them that is very respectable, even if it doesn't always like do it for me, you know, like some of their melodies and some of their craziness doesn't always work for me, but they're putting a lot of effort and talent into it, and I can respect that. And then occasionally it does line up for me perfectly. It all comes together in a way that a song can become like truly timeless and really great, like a Sherry. Like Sherry is a song that I love, and I will always love that. I'm going to take that to the grave with me, loving the song Sherry. It's just perfect, you know? And then you got a song on the other end of the spectrum like Peanuts. I'm going to hate that song for as long as I live. I could go the rest of my life not even eating another peanut because of how much I don't like that song, you know? According to songwriter Bob Gaudio, the recording was inspired by an occasion involving the homeless children who, at stoplights in the city, would run into the street and clean windshields for spare change. In the Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan neighborhood, a young girl with a dirty face and wearing ragged clothes approached Gaudio's automobile. When he reached into his wallet to pay her, he found that none of the notes were smaller than $10. He gave the girl a $10 bill, though some accounts indicate that it was a $5 bill. I caught a fish, it was this big, it was this big, it was this big. The image of her stuck in my head until I wrote Ragdoll, Gaudio recalled in a 2009 interview. Bassist and arranger Nick Massey considered the record to be his favorite of his work with the Seasons. So, with the Four Seasons, I think that I would like to give them a more fair shot, right? Because I have only listened to Sherry and 11 Others, and then, as we've just seen, a couple of random, mostly the big single songs, right? So Ragdoll, Dawn, Big Girls Don't Cry over there, and then these couple of singles here. But so they have a live album down there. Maybe that would be interesting to look at. Big hits, new gold hits over there in the later 60s. I know Frankie Valli goes solo at some point. Like, the group, they interest me, especially, like I said, on a songwriting level, on the level of the relationship between Bob Crew and Bob Gaudio, and being the Jersey Boys, man, you know? I just find that to be a little interesting. Thank you all for hanging out and listening to the Four Seasons here. I enjoyed this, got some good hits in there. I think 1 or 2 or 3 of these I will find later on this evening will be lingering, bouncing around in my head. So, see.